Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome. It's good to see you all. Not that you see me. Remember, all phones put away. Um, for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Miss Jokum. I probably teach next door to your teacher. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to be tracking the pandemic or the spread of the coronavirus. So up in Blend, you should have already gotten this. You're tracking, click on tracking the pandemic, and we have the paper there that we're going to be doing. So if we click on to the the website there, it says link below to visit the Johns Hopkins coronavirus tracker. So we're going to click on that. Let's see. And that's going to bring us to a web page. So um, this website is tracking the virus from every day, probably updating it every half hour or so as it goes. So this is where we're going to be working primarily. So if we go back to our paper, it says note the date and times you visit the tracker as numbers are updated multiple times a day. So you will be tracking the virus at least 3 times this week. So you could just pick, you could go 3 days in a row or, one day, skip a day and carry on from there. But you're going to do it 3 times on 3 different days. So you can see how it's changing and the patterns that it's taking. So what you're going to do is it says click on the black dashboard at the top of the website. So if I go back there, I'm here. And if I scroll down just a little bit, I get this. This is what they're calling the dashboard here. So I'm going to click on this page and it's going to take me to the most current information. So we'll come up with this new one here. It takes a second, yeah. So this is showing us where the virus is and how much it's spreading and everything. Okay, so if we look at our paper, let's see. So we clicked on the dashboard and it says, what is the total number of confirmed cases in the world? So this is located on the top right side in red. So if we look there, this is right here, this top right side in red. So total confirmed. So today, so you would write today's date, which is down here at the bottom. So today's date, when I'm recording this, is April 2nd, 2020, and the time is 27:01 a.m. So you're going to put that on your paper where it says date and time. So the first question is, what is the current number? So here is your total confirmed cases here. So the next one on our page is which countries have in the world have the largest number of cases reported. So if we go back here, we're going to be looking over here on this far left corner. And if you can see, way over there. So if you look at this column here, you can see that the United States has 226,374 cases. Italy has 115,242 cases. Spain at the moment has 110,238, and China is at 82,432. Germany, which is just a little country here. I mean, some of these are tiny, right? Has 81,728,000. And so you can kind of go down and see France has a ton as well. And as Iran has a lot too. Okay, so when it's asking which countries in the world have the highest number of cases, so if we look down this, we can see that the United States has the highest amount of cases. And then the one under it, Italy, has the next highest number of confirmed cases. And then we have Spain. So for that, for number 2, it would be the United States, Italy, and Spain, because they're the highest on this list. Okay. So next, let's see, we have on the bottom right, which is a graph, we're going to click on daily increases. And you're going to describe the curve that you see. For example, is it a slow, steady rate of increase, or one that looks like it's accelerating or decelerating? So accelerating would be going up, decelerating would be going down. So let's go back and look at that. So here's my my graph again. So in the lower right-hand corner here, this is going to be my line graph. So at the bottom, we can see there's 3 tabs here. So we're going to click on daily increase. Okay, so I'm going to make this bigger. You don't really have to, but just so you guys can see. And these are from day to day, the increases and decreases that we see in the spread of the virus. So we can look all the way back down here to January 21st, there wasn't much. And then February 10th really peaked, and then it went down. Then it went really, in February, it was really low. And then around March 11th is when it started peaking up. So as of March 31st, we have this highest number here. So we can see it's the same as March 30th, and the 31st are the same. So we can look at this, and what we're going to do is describe what does this graph looks like. So is it a slow, steady rate of increase, or is it accelerated or decelerated? So when you look at this, you can see it's going way up. So you're going to describe what that looks like based on the question. Okay, so I'm going to make this small again. And then my next question is going to be, hold on, sorry. How do I get rid of that? Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to zoom into the United States in the middle of the tracker. So, and then you're going to describe what approximate percentage of the U.S. is in red. So meaning these are going to be the confirmed cases. So I'm going to go back, and here is the United States here. So I'm going to, instead of like zooming in, what I could do is just click over here on the United States, and it's going to go to it, and then I'm going to zoom in with this plus sign down here. You have plus and minus. So this is kind of what it's looking like right now. We can see that a lot of this is, maybe that's going too far in, is on the mostly in the middle to the east of the Mississippi River, because it kind of divides it in half. So when we look at percentage, since This map doesn't show you the percentage, but I'll go back to and show you where to get that. But we have 226,374 known cases. So for right now, you could put that on your paper for answering that question. And then I'm going to go back and readjust that. I had done this just on March 29th. And on March 29th, the total cases in the United States were 132,637. So we can see that we're almost up close to 100,000. So it's almost, yeah, it's got just from the 20, what did I say was the 29th? And today is the 2nd. When I'm recording this, it's April 2nd. So that's a drastic increase, unbelievable. So it's really going up. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to find, let me go back. We're going to zoom into Austin, Texas, and we're going to answer how many active cases are there, how many deaths are there, and how many recovered. So I'm going to go back to my map, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in using this plus here, and then I'm going to drag this up so to get to Austin, and there's cute little Austin. So I'm going to zoom in, and what I'm going to do now is here is Austin, right? So I'm going to click on it. So what we see is in this little box here, we see that confirmed cases, there's 305 confirmed cases. So that would be your answer to how many active cases. So it would, in this example, would be 305. This is probably going to increase by the time you guys do this. Then it says how many deaths, and here we have deaths. There's 3 cases so far. And then it says how many recovered. So that's right under it. So we have 0 people that have recovered from the virus in Austin, Texas. So if we zoom out, we could see, like, check on Houston, right? So Houston has 847 cases. They have 6 deaths and no recoveries there. And here's Dallas. They have 731 cases. They have 15 deaths. So that's kind of going up. Interesting, if we go to, let me go over here. We'll go to New York. I'm just going to move this like this. You can see it's really a hot spot. So I'm going to click in, and I think this is New York City. So New York City has 47,439 confirmed cases of the virus. Their deaths are 1,374, and 0 have recovered. So, I mean, this really gives you a lot of information, and you can see how drastically it's spreading. And you'll notice that as you do it over a couple days, you'll see a huge difference in this. And then we have question 6. Oops, sorry. Tracking the pandemic. Question 6 is, what questions do you have after viewing this graph? So you should write something in there about what you see and what your thoughts are about this. So we're going to do this over 3 days. So I want you to look at the trends and how the graph increases and stuff. So it's quite amazing, as you can see. So also for to find the percentage, whoops,